Hi, Ms. Goodman and Ms. White's class. We are here to do our exit ticket corrections from Tuesday, March 24th. Here's problem 1. Please write it down if you missed problem 1, and problem 2 if you missed problem 2. Let's go ahead and solve problem 1. Make sure you have a pencil and paper so you don't make the same mistake again. So what we're going to do when we are factoring, we are going to factor these two. Factoring just means making it into distributive property. It's like the reverse of distributive property. So at the end of your answer, you're going to have parentheses, and you're going to have two numbers and some kind of operator. Okay, that's what your answer will look like. There will be a number, a number, a number in your operator. So looking at this, these are all positive numbers. So my operator is going to be a plus. Okay, now how do we find what these numbers are? Well, here's how. We have to find something called the GCF, which stands for greatest common factor. Okay, so greatest common factor. What's that mean? It just means what's the highest number that evenly divides into both of these. So we have to look real close at 16 and 6. We think to ourselves, what's the highest number that divides into both of them? You can start at 1 if you don't know. 1. 1 obviously goes into both. 2. Yeah, 2 goes into 16 and 6. 3. 3 goes into 6. It doesn't go into 16. So that means 2 is our greatest common factor. Your greatest common factor goes here. Now, think about it like this. How did you get from 2 to 16? Times 8. So we put an 8. Okay. How did we get from 2 to 6? Times 3. Keep your M with you. And that, folks, is your answer. That's what your answer will look like. It's just putting it inside of the parentheses for distributive property. If you have little trust issues and you're like, I don't know, I don't believe, what if it's not right? Here's how we can check. So the way to check your answer when you're factoring is to then distribute. 2 times 8 is 16. We're good so far. It matches. 2 times 3m is, oops, that's a plus sign. Made the same mistake. There you go. Plus 6m. Does it match the top? Yes. So that means you factored correctly. So you should have typed in this answer into the exit ticket. All right. Number 2. So with this one, we're doing this. We'll have the same format as you know. Oops. We're going to have a number on the outside, number, and operator. We're all positive here. We're all positive people, positive numbers. So we put a plus. All right. So what is the greatest common factor between 32p and 20? Some of you might have thought it was 2, but it's actually 4. 4 is the number that goes evenly into both, and it's the highest number. So 4 is the greatest common factor. Okay. 4 goes into 32 8 times. So you put your 8 and your p. 4 goes into 20 5 times. That is not a negative sign. And that is your answer. If you want to check it, 4 times 8p is 32p. 4 times 5. So if we did this, 4 times 5 is positive 20. Does this match? Yes, it does. Okay. Now, before you go, some of you may have done this, and this might have been what tripped you up. Raise your hand if you thought that 2 was the greatest common factor. If you did, this is how you could have fixed that. So if you thought that 2 was the greatest common factor between this is what would have happened. So 2 times 16 is 32. So you would have done that. Okay. Now 2 times 10 is 20. Now if you put that and you noticed that there is still something that evenly divides into both of those, that means that this number is not your greatest common factor. Okay, so how do we fix that? You can easily fix it. All you got to do, you could either start back from the beginning and then figure out what their greatest common factor is, or you can just do this. Look at these numbers. What number do they both have in common? What's their greatest common factor that goes evenly into both of them? It's 2. Okay, so that means this number on the outside, you multiply by 2, and then these, you divide by 2. And let's rewrite it. 2 times 2, 4. 16 divided by 2, 8p. 10 divided by 2, 5. Okay, now that would have been your final answer. It still was the same. So all you had to do is when you realize that these two numbers still have factors in common, you figure out what it is, you multiply that factor by the number on the outside, and then divide it by everything on the inside and rewrite it. Hope that helps. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye.